We're now with the Metro Arts Commission. And Jen, if you could introduce yourself and your colleagues and then make whatever presentation you'd like to make.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm Jennifer Cole, the Executive Director of the Metro Arts Commission, and I'm joined today by Paula Roberts, the Chair of our Commission, and Ian Myers, our Finance Manager. Well, first I'd like to start by thanking the administration for being such a strong supporter of the arts throughout your tenure. We've seen unprecedented changes in the city's cultural life and landscape, thanks in large part to the leadership of the administration and the council during the last 8 years, and so I just want to start by thanking you. We have done incredible things in the last year and continually are looked at as a national leader, as a local arts agency, by making innovations in our grants programs, by starting new initiatives, which I'll talk about in a second, including Thrive and our online mobile site, as well as increasing during your tenure our public art collection by more than 700%. And so we're really proud of what we've done, and we really want to continue that momentum. And I think our budget request actually reflects that. So first, to the proposed 3% cut. As you all know, our budget is largely composed of staff resources and then pass-through grants. About 75% of our budget goes back in the form of grants to the arts community and to non-arts organizations that provide arts programs. That 3% cut, if enacted, would be about $76,000 from the grants program. The reason I'm concerned about that and would ask that that cut not be enacted is that in the last 3 to 4 years, our cultural world in Nashville has grown exponentially, and it's grown in two ways. One is grassroots organizations serving specific neighborhoods or new American populations with cultural activities that are flourishing. And then our largest organizations like the Frisk Center and the Symphony are growing, their budgets are growing, and they're growing to meet the demand of residents and of tourists. Our grants are really the way we build infrastructure. Just like we support libraries and parks, it just so happens that this isn't the infrastructure that the city owns, but it is vitally important that we support it to commit to quality of life, things that this administration has always really valued. So any cut to the grants program would be a direct cut to that kind of quality of life infrastructure, and we would ask that not take place. We think the agencies that we're funding are doing phenomenal work, and they are growing and contributing daily to the vibrancy of the community. We have additionally requested 3 enhancements that I'd like to talk about, one in the capital budget and 2 in the operational budget. The first enhancement, and they're all designed to move art more directly into the hands of citizens and neighborhoods, something that we think is really vitally important and has been called on by citizens and by the council. In October, through your support and the support of the council, we passed a new program called Thrive with $40,000 of funds, which basically uses our purchasing authority to directly purchase services from artists. We ask for applications. Artists work with their neighborhoods to define projects that aren't really fit for our grant program. They're not ongoing. They're one-time things, but they really enhance the artistic vision of the specific artist or group of artists, as well as sort of meet a specific neighborhood need. We've had incredible response. So far, we've funded 8 projects in 26 different neighborhoods. We are set to expend all the money that was initiated in the pilot, and we think we're doing everything from the initial Chinese Lantern Festival to murals in Bellevue to any kind of project that you can think of. We've got a spoken word sort of neighborhood history project happening in Edge Hill. It really is helping us get to more places, more artists, and more people than our grants program, and it's a wonderful companion to it.
The original pilot?
The original pilot of pass-through money was $40,000 plus some additional money for staff. So that staff money is already in the existing budget. We would be asking to take the total budget pool to $100,000, so an additional $60,000. We think that it's easy not easy, but it is easy for us to push this into neighborhoods. The other unintended consequence, a great one, has been that it's a great capacity building tool for artists. It's helping us sort of help artists professionalize their work. We're working and coaching with them. We have a lot of online and viral content, and we're getting national traction around this program. It is an example and a model that's not done in many other cities and would be really something, a feather in our cap and a feather in yours. The second amendment that we're requesting for is this January we launched explorenashvilleart.com, which is a mobile platform used on any mobile device, and it puts in the public's hands quite easily our entire public art collection, all the art in public places, so the art that's privately owned, the Billy Graham statue, the polar bears, but that's in the public domain, all of our cultural institutions, galleries, and including university art collections, and we're adding to it every single day. The Frisk Foundation gratefully helped us with the startup cost, so that wasn't a cost borne by the city. We have two recurring costs that we would like to ask an amendment for. One is the annual recurring licensing fee for the platform, which is called TourSphere. And the second is some paid intern or part-time staff time to continually update it. One of the functions of the site, which we think is really exciting, is that citizens can report new art in their neighborhood. So if a mural pops up or somebody's sort of done something, they can report it, send a photo. We can document that and verify it and add curatorial information about the artist if we know it. We can also allow video content and link to stuff. So for example, it has allowed me to stop having to explain that the Ghost Ballet for the East Bank Machine Works is not a part of the Wabash Cannonball from Opryland. We've now got a video of the artist talking about the art, and we're working with the Convention Bureau and the Downtown Partnership to assist in marketing it to tourists as well. And for example, working with the League of Cities conference that's coming up, we're going to curate a special tour just for that conference. We'll be able to put it up and take it down and market it to conventioneers just for that specific thing. We have biking tours, walking tours, driving tours. So we think it's an ongoing important portal, and it's constantly aggregating, so we need some capacity time there. The last amendment is related to the public art collection, and it's actually in the capital budget request. We are the largest city of our size that has a 1% for art program that does not have a public art master plan. The commission voted a few weeks ago to approve a new 5-year strategic plan, and one of the actions in that plan was to identify resources for a public art master plan. This will allow us to take into account Nashville's rapid growth, the redistricting that has happened since the last time we did any kind of site-based report, and some of the growth patterning that are coming out of Nashville Next, and put that into a document that really will help us manage the growth of the collection. And so that's our third request for budget amendment.
How much is that?
We have requested $150,000, which is on par with other cities of our size who've done similar.
Is that the capital budget the right place for that?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. It's probably not inappropriate, but I don't know if it's the best place for it. Think about it.
When you were talking about the Thrive program, the mural in Bellevue, where's that going?
It's Bellevue Middle, so it's going to be on an external portable that also faces Red Caboose Park there, and it's part of the BELL Garden project. So Myles Mailie's.
Miles is doing it? Mm-hmm. Councilman Tiger must be pleased with this.
Councilman Tiger is very pleased with that.
There's
lots of art in Bellevue now. We have the two
murals, and he likes the garden project.
Yeah, and the library project. So, yeah.
I should mention Councilman Stein's here. I'm sure he's pleased with that too. Good. What about any new public art about to be unveiled? Should we get a notice for that?
We have lots of about to be unveiled projects. So we are continually ongoing work on the civil rights piece that will be here at the courthouse, which is anticipated sometime this fall. We also have companion curricular guides that we developed with the Ayers Institute and the library that are free and available to teachers related to that piece. We're working on the Sticks project for the KBB roundabout. The engineering is done, and we're waiting for permits now to do test installation with TDOT. So I'm thinking fall for that one too. We have the Riverfront project, which is tracked to be on time with the Riverfront, West Riverfront Park installation. And we just released our third round of bike racks, and we're taking submission designs through April 10th. So a lot going on.
Okay. Rich?
Early fall. Right?
Early
fall for the
Early fall.
I am trying for early fall.
early fall.
Late summer, early, I'm trying.
Like September.
I would think the 1st of September is early fall, to me. Might not be technically correct,
Right,
but
yeah.
right.
Right. I think that would be what
We have asked our artists to understand what early fall means here in Tennessee, and I think that they understand.
That means here in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In year 8.
Yeah. Before the 15th.
Do you guys have any questions, or is
No,
it just me?
No questions.
No, we just want to make sure we all understood what early fall.
We
We're trying to make a
have
point here.
defined the 2-week window of
trying to
early
make a
fall.
point
I think
here.
Just wanted to make sure we all. People sometimes get confused.
It could be a great, it could be a great Labor Day event.
Okay, I have
Would
a
be a
question.
very nice Labor Day.
All right, so Jen, in one of these modules, it talks about the Bloomberg grant. So
Yes.
tell us more about that.
So we applied for a Bloomberg grant. It was a mayor's challenge.
Right.
Mayors of cities over 100,000. We did not get the grant.
Okay.
So we
it.
found that just a couple weeks ago. We
Okay.
are still pending, however, for a grant with the National Endowment, which would take the additional Thrive funds and leverage them with a training program to train more local public artists.
So they would fund the training
training program?
They would fund the training program, and we would use the Thrive funds to basically be temporary art matching funds for that.
Okay.
So what was a grant application at one time is now a request just to increase the funding from 40 to
Correct.
100,000.
Right. Right.
Make sure I understood that.
Yes, and we do have, as I said, that we have a national endowment application that's a joint application with Lipscomb University that would basically create for lack of a better term, a public artist training boot camp that would bring in national public artists and combine the AIRS Leadership Institute curriculum, training more artists how to work in the public realm. And then if the Thrive funds were increased, we would be able to attach to that training artist funds for them to implement projects in the community. The percent fund doesn't allow us to use projects for temporary.
Well, great job. Keep up the good work, and thanks for coming in. We'll do the best we can.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.
Have a good afternoon.
You too. You can stay here.